Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And we're going for a drive.
2024 Porsche Cayenne Turbo GT with apparently a good launch control.
Yuri hasn't experienced this yet.
Oh my God. This is trying to jump him here?
That's what I'm saying, dude. That was 0 to 60 way too quick.
Horsepower and torque.
650 horsepower, 626 pound-feet of torque from a 4-liter twin-turbo V8.
Floor it for me.
I'm not in manual mode right now. Downshift.
Yeah. Once that's going, it's good, but it feels like every time slightly off the line or slightly off something. It takes a little bit to get there.
If you're not already in launch control or whatever.
This is a momentum car like a Civic, right?
No, not exactly. It's got so much torque, it just, I mean, if you have it in manual mode, which if you hold this, you'll get into manual mode right now. There we go. And you floor it, you're in the right gear. Like, you're cooking.
Yeah. So you really need to be driving this in manual.
You really do.
Or push the cool little red button.
This is basically a race car, Yuri, and I'm going to show you that through Cliche Corner. It is so insane to drive this. Like, I literally forget that I'm in an SUV that weighs a heck of a lot more than a GT3 that this kind of simulates being like this is absolutely insane through there.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah.
That is super messed up.
It defies the laws of physics. This car should not make any sense. It shouldn't exist. Porsche does their thing with it, and it does exist.
Oh, we drove the last one.
We did.
Really cool thumbnail I made for that one.
Oh my God, dude, like this is so fast.
Is there a noticeable change though?
Yeah, dude, 19 horsepower. I really noticed that.
So no.
No.
It's just
power department, I don't notice it, but it's not like the other one was lacking.
It's a new Cayenne with
Yes.
an updated interior across the whole line, and that's why we've got the new version.
And the updated exterior. We will get to the looks very soon, but I want to stick to performance because I just want to say how insane that this exists. It's, oh man. Okay, so it's a 8-speed auto. It's not a PDK, it's a ZF, so it's not a dual clutch or whatever, but it does shift quickly when you're using the paddles, and you get those, like, you know, chainsaw upshifts here and there, like if you do it lightly. So you do get some of those amazing sounds still. And
I'm not used to hearing that from a Porsche.
Yeah, I know. But they have to stick with the PDK, I believe, for torque and towing. But I'm not really sure if you can tow with this because we have center exhaust, which is titanium, and it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I think the center exhaust screws up the tow hitch. Let's listen to it.
From the outside. Sounds pretty good from the outside. Sounds decent from the inside. It's that 4-liter Volkswagen Group sound, but the titanium exhaust helps a bit.
So is this like a RSQ8 slash Lamborghini Urus?
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, and this is, I believe, the fastest of the bunch. It's got I think it had the Nürburgring record, at least for the last one.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
why
if
we called the last video the fastest SUV, and everyone got mad. Well, how about the Model X Plaid?
Yeah, and then the Urus also now has the Performante version, which it didn't have, so
Yeah.
who knows anymore. All I know is this is ridiculously fast.
Let's just say we're never wrong, and we've never been wrong in our life.
Yes, but I love the way this thing drives. It literally hides all of its weight. Yes, it weighs a lot. So we do get carbon ceramics as standard with these massive yellow calipers.
Might as well. It's a GT car.
Exactly.
You can't really look at this as an SUV at all.
No, and you really need that because that's where the weight's really going to show itself, is under braking when you're already going so fast. And what do you think of these wheels? Because I actually love them.
Like, are they chameleon? Are they blue? Are they magnesium? Like, what the heck are they?
They're forged aluminum. They are 22s. They are absolutely massive, but they look so sick because they're that traditional kind of GT design, but just made huge.
And now's a great time to get a set of summer tires.
Click the link in the top comment because there is currently a promotion for the Extreme Contact Sport 02. And back into Cliche Corner, Yuri. Dude, I can't believe how well this turns in. Like, the front end bite is insane.
Well, it's like Porsche steering, right?
Exactly, Porsche steering.
Like, I assume this feels better than the Urus or the RSQ8.
Like, you can get this to rotate around. The steering feels great. Oh man, driving this is insane. If you already own a 911 Turbo or a GT3 and maybe you don't want to drive that every day, this is the car you need.
Is it soft enough to drive every day?
It is. So it does have air suspension. I've been driving this in Sport Plus and testing Sport Plus and normal suspension, and it is really, really good. The adaptive calibration that they've done for all the different variables is really good. I think you will actually notice it even on smooth roads versus harsh roads. So right now, on a harsh road, do you feel the little undulations? Tiny bit? Okay, watch this. I'm gonna put it into normal. Gone. That's pretty impressive.
Good. That's real good.
And you don't notice that, and I knew you would in this car.
Yeah. Car. My threshold is much lower for caring about the suspension.
So power-wise, this thing obviously rips. If you own a 911 Turbo, you will already be used to that. However, if you've never owned a performance SUV, the 0 to 60 is like in the 3-second range. So it's just so mind-boggling that this exists, especially as a gas car.
It'd be cool to hear those options on like a 911.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Let's throw a torque-converted automatic.
Yes, a ZF 8-speed.
Let's friggin' go.
All right, Yuri, let's get to the looks because I know you're dying inside.
It looks like a poofy face.
Okay.
With like poofy cheeks. Like if you guys watch Dragon Ball Z, I've just been marathoning it. It looks like a fat Majin Buu, except not pink.
Okay, so what I gather from the exterior is that they enlarged the front bumpers and it made the air intakes even larger than the last generation.
And then we got the new style headlights, like the Panamera that we recently drove.
I really like them on this.
Yeah, it's the evolution, and that just has to happen.
Yeah.
And then the side view, nice body lines. You like that it's a coupe. I know you love coupe SUVs. They're your favorite.
I always said the Cayenne Coupe was the best of all of them.
Look, when you pop the trunk, there's a ton of room in there. You'll be fine. You'll be fine for like pretty much every normal thing unless you're packing like boxes.
Yes.
Like, which not everyone does in a car like this. Like, you're fine. A stroller will fit. All that stuff will fit.
Yeah, this thing's great.
Okay, how about the spoiler on it? The fixed spoiler.
Okay, the fixed one on the roof?
Static position.
The one on the roof or
the one on the roof, and then there's the one at the bottom.
So I love the one on the roof because it is carbon fiber. And yes, we also have a carbon fiber roof, which looks so sick.
Yeah.
And then we have the little baby spoiler on top of the trunk, which turns into a massive non-baby spoiler when you're driving at certain speeds, and it's not controllable through the infotainment. So I actually like all of them except when the spoilers fully pop up.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly. I'm just gonna
it's
say
a little
straight
too
up,
much.
eh.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the 911s are like that too. It's like it's always popping up, and you're like, this just doesn't look. I bet it's more aerodynamic. I bet it's better in every way.
I bet it's required because of how fast this thing
Except for
is.
the 911 ST had some like stuff they did that like they got around that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something like, what if they put like a leather flap that when it comes out it makes it look like it's part of it or something.
Ooh, a leather flap.
Something more Transformer-ish. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And then at the back, we also have central exhaust tips, which look pretty sick.
We should probably have already listened to it.
From the outside. But the only thing annoying about that is when you're trying to use the trunk, if you have the car on, it's just like blowing straight heat onto my ankles.
I feel like
not my ankles because I'm not that tall, my shins.
We're the only people who like are constantly working in the back of a trunk with the car on.
Probably. Now I'm going to do one more launch before I think it's your turn to drive because, man, I just love launching this thing. The front end just literally jumps. Like it's just fighting for grip, but it finds it.
Yeah, well, I didn't hear any squeal or anything. It's all fun.
Yeah. All right, let's get you in here to have some fun in the driver's seat.
Without launch control. Do you promise it'll be fun without launch control?
No promise.
No launch control, red button, floor it. Not much off the line.
Not right off the line.
Like I think you really need to launch control it because even at like an intersection, like I was in normal, right? Let's see, normal. Hey, there's cars coming.
But did you have fun?
I always have fun with you.
Thanks, Yuri.
Like that was like 6 seconds until like you got onto like real power, or at least 3 seconds.
Yeah, at least 3, I would agree. So it almost feels like there's a delay, like the clutches are slipping, but they're not because it's not a PDK.
But I guess maybe this is like a momentum kind of vehicle, right?
The thing is...
It's not electric car fast.
The thing is, when I was driving it daily throughout the week, I didn't really pay attention to that because it didn't bother me because I'm not flooring it from stop signs every single time.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe a lot of like intersections you have to turn. I don't know.
If I had to do like a big left on an 80, sure, that would be
But sometimes I want to floor it off a light and I don't want to like have to be in launch control.
Yeah, I get that.
But through cliches.
You're glued.
Awesome. This is so fast, and I'm like taking it easy. Like this is cool.
And we're driving in Sport Plus, and like even the suspension through there, like switch it into normal, and you'll really notice the difference. Like especially right away, it just chills right out. So I've been driving through my daily commute to nowhere in normal mode, which has been amazing. And you forget that you're in such a performance SUV until you turn.
Your commute to go pick up Corvette Power Wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got an off-road button.
Yes, I haven't even touched that, but I assume it would lift the suspension and then give us additional modes.
I just want to get rocks in all of my like fancy parts of the car.
I'm not rich enough to understand that concept.
Hey, is this paint color cool?
I don't know, but it's called Arctic Gray.
It's flat gray?
Yes, but it's not chalk, so it's like a darker chalk. No one's gonna get that, but maybe they will because the little thing popped out in the video. Yeah. Same, but different.
I do like the looks of this though. Like,
it looks great.
It's cool.
Do you like the wheels with this paint color?
I like the wheels with the roof and the mirror caps.
Yeah,
like the carbon fiber would match with these wheels. Like,
I love so much gloss carbon on the outside because you even get a carbon diffuser, which for some reason I don't know why, but I didn't expect it, but I should.
Okay, so inside here, new infotainment, pretty much everything from the new Panamera we drove and the previous Cayenne that we drove.
Exactly the same, except we have like Alcantara and stuff.
Okay, I can't see your screen.
No, you can't from the driver's seat.
You can probably see it.
I can.
What are my G's?
Oh God. 0.2.
Hey.
Florida again. Now, Florida players. 0.7 on acceleration. That's quite a bit.
This car is like, it's pretty crazy. On a track, this must be wild. Once you're going.
Yeah.
Okay, these seats, very comfortable. They are not uncomfortable like a carbon bucket from a GT car.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you get a carbon bucket?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be very surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if you could.
I would be shocked if you could.
Oh, man.
Please do not offer that. And this has no lumbar.
Yeah,
but like,
no adjustable lumbar.
Yeah. It's got like a good amount of built-in lumbar, and we got seat presets, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
No massage, what the heck, man?
I also noticed that.
But heated seats.
Heated, not cooled.
Heated steering wheel.
That. And the steering wheel has so much carbon on it, and the carbon inlay over here. I love all the carbon. This spec is perfect for a carbon.
Yes, well, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of gloss carbon, but I fully understand it in this.
And then we have gloss black down here with our touch controls, which are sort of tactile because you can actually physically press them down.
Yeah, not my favorite. You get used to it, but at least in this, unlike the Cayennes.
No, Panamera.
Panamera.
You can actually touch the vents and control them.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, is being able to control the car.
Yes, physically. And then as for the infotainment, we do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It is optionally wireless, so you can plug in your phone and select it, which is awesome.
Yeah, okay, so another reason why I like wired or wireless CarPlay, I was filming the Ioniq 5N revving, and since I was plugged into my CarPlay, the audio that was recording through was all messed up.
Yes.
And like automatically canceling itself out.
Right.
This is why.
Because then you can unplug it and film it.
Yeah. Continue on with your day.
I get it. I've been using wired in here. It's great.
Yeah. We're such old schoolers.
Yes, we are. And then we do have a Burmeister sound system, which does sound really good. There's all these customizations for it because it was on some 3D mode at first when I started listening to a podcast. I'm like, I can't listen to this, so I put it into like a focus mode or normal mode. I'm like, here we go. Like, but back to that mode for like rap music, it's great. Ooh, Sport Plus, getting me excited.
Did you press the red button when you did launch control?
Did not. Boost mode.
Yo!
Ridiculous.
These guys!
I know. It's like torque steering, but from the back because it's got so much power that it's sending to the rear.
You know, this would be fun with bald tires.
Yeah!
Yeah, like these tires have no tread left. Launch it.
They need to remake the Dodge Durango SRT thing where they just chained it up and it's just doing a burnout on the spot.
Bald tires would be so fun.
It would.
All right, cup holders. Looks
They fully pass.
Fit a small cup just fine.
Yep.
Visors.
Let's find out.
Probably 3, 2, 1. No.
Fail.
Super carpets.
But they are Alcantara.
Okay, gauge cluster. It is the hoodless one, all digital. Seems pretty easy to use. I prefer the analog tach, but that's just my preference. This does work really well.
As an old journalist or a journosaur, I also prefer the old analog tach.
Are we journosaurs?
Already, we are.
Yo, the next generation is gonna come in of like TikTokers and reelers.
There already is.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna be like analog tach. I can't talk about this. What are the top 5 features of an analog tach? Does it even transform?
Exactly.
Yeah. Journosaurs.
That's how old we are already. And we do have Alcantara grips down here, so you know if you got a bad back, you can just grab onto all this stuff and just really brace yourself.
I just use that, which I did when you were driving through Cushy Corner.
Yeah, exactly.
You're driving too fast.
And then because this is the new style Cayenne and Panamera and all that stuff, we have the shifter up here and then a push to start on the left side, no key to turn.
As a journosauric part, I don't like this, and I don't like this.
But I'm okay with it, but I also prefer the old.
I understand what they're doing.
Yes.
I prefer the previous style.
And then the steering wheel has your drive modes, which you've been selecting in the big red button for extra boost right now. 20 seconds.
After 2 seconds of getting there. I got my Britex child seat behind you, and you fit fine, you're not complaining.
Totally fine.
Do you fit behind yourself at 7'7.5"?
I do at 16'11".
Okay, 6'1.5". The amount of people complaining in the comments that he says 0.1.5 or whatever, like if we rounded up horsepower to the 100, you'd be mad.
You know, and we can prove that point, because when Cadillac did that and they rounded up the torque from the nearest Newton meter, you guys were mad.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Whatever, man.
And this is accurate. 6'1.5" is exactly how tall I am. I'm not 6'1" and I'm not 6'2". Because if I said I was 6'2", then I'm compensating. And people say I'm compensating by being 6'1.5". That's just being accurate.
Yeah, subscribe for accuracy.
You know who else is accurate?
Budgie or something?
I don't know. You know who else is accurate and the exact same height as I am? Jason from Engineering Explained, a literal engineer.
Yeah, but his height.
I'm pretty sure he's an actual
his height
engineer.
has been fluid in videos.
Yeah, so is mine though. As a joke too. Moving on from my height, we have an analog clock, which is great.
Yes, it is 11:53.
Yes, because it says it digitally. That's our chrono, our sport chrono, which gets us launch control and all that stuff. So in here, it's nice.
Everything about this is good.
Exactly.
Super expensive, probably, and very unbelievably fast.
Yeah, and I love the Alcantara on the steering wheel too with the yellow stripe. Like
the yellow stripe's cool. Is there any other yellow in here, or is it just like?
I think it's just that.
Oh, the brakes.
Yeah, maybe.
Is there anything else with this besides the fact that it took you forever to find the traction control off button?
No, it's right below the hazard button, which took me a full 2 days.
Okay. We got a nice 360 camera. Besides that, the infotainment stuff is very easy to use, very chill. Nothing super crazy. I think it's time we get to the price.
It starts at $218,300.
Canadian.
And this one is spec'd out to $241,980.
Okay. The Panamera we drove was like 156 Canadian.
Yes.
That price increase to the base of this, worth it.
Yes.
I don't think you can spec out a base anything at Porsche. But
well, you can spec it.
They just won't sell to you.
Probably not.
Maybe you could find one on tsb.truecar.com.
Discounted price offers?
I wonder how many of these there are, because these are actually sick.
These are so sick. And a Lamborghini Urus, which is its closest competitor, which, you know, basically uses kind of a derivative of the same engine, starts at higher than this one's spec.
Yeah, but it's a Lambo.
I know.
It's a Lambo.
But this, I think, will actually retain value better, because I've already seen Uruses dropping in price considerably.
Well, because, like, Uruses are like a, not a fashion car, but a lifestyle car almost for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And this is just like crazy Porsche guy car.
Exactly. Or girl.
So to end it off, are you taking this or an Urus?
I'll take a GT3 RS, Yuri.
That is not an option. You need to buy 7 of these before they'll sell you one.
You probably need to buy, I don't even know which order to get one of these. I guess this would technically be a little bit easier. But to not cop out from that answer, I'm going Urus.
Yeah.
But just because it's a Lambo, and it sounds a little bit better than this one. But honestly, driving them back to back, like, it doesn't really matter which one you get.
On a track day?
Even just daily driving, like, they're so good, it literally doesn't matter. Whatever you can get an allocation for, whatever you have money for, you will be extremely satisfied with either. That's it.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.
Thanks for making ridiculously insane cars Porsche that shouldn't exist. Like, actually, though.
By the way, it's pretty quiet in here.
It's really quiet, even with these tires and everything.